So guys, as you can see, all our short-term price target for Bitcoin and also for Ethereum has been triggered. So congratulations to each and every one of you who have been following me for a while now, because you know we were calling this price movement to occur. I said to you guys, this price structure of Bitcoin, when we were around this 54,000, 56,000 price level, that 60,000, 62,000 was still a price target level where I will be looking at. And you know what happened yesterday? We did came exactly around the 62,000, and now we are also seeing some sort of a reversal type of scenario. So we will also talk about that later in this video. And also for Ethereum, the similar scenario 1 to 3 reversal, which was pointing 1900 was on the line. And also yesterday the price of Ether did came exactly around this 1900 price level. And also for those individuals who have been following me for a pretty long time, they also know we were really bullish on Ether when it actually broke out of this longer term consolidation phase. And this longer term consolidation phase, when the price was around $387, and look at this, how far we have come. That's why congratulations to each and every one of you who have been following me for a while now. Now let's find out what actually is unfolding right now for Bitcoin and also for Ethereum. So as you can see guys, we are starting our analysis by looking at this price structure of Bitcoin. We are seeing a daily time frame using this CPR indicator, central pivot range indicator, because according to this central pivot range indicator, this month, the March month, is going to be a very volatile month, and the price here has already started to show us, right? And I said you before even the trend started here moving in an upward direction. And also according to this CPI indicator, the first target for this month, which was 58,000, has been triggered guys, and the next possible target for this month according to this CPI is going to be around 70 to 71,000 price level. And why I believe this price target here to the upside around this 70 to 71,000 could also be on the line, because if you look at this, when the trend was clearly hitting an uptrend like this here, if you monitor the price movement, you can see guys, whenever the price here managed to come across this R1 line for this April month or the May month, you can see we did test the R1 line, but after testing the R1 line, we also found a rejection. You can see here, we were unable to close above this R1 line. We found a rejection, price headed straight to the downside here, right towards the top of the CPI. Another example here, we came to the R1 line, found rejection, and headed straight towards the top of the CPI line. So you can see this happened plenty of time, because right now we are also at the R1 line, but there is a difference, and this difference is here. None of this price was able to close above the monthly R1 line, right? You can see we just tested and then we saw a reversal, but once we were able to break out of it and also found support above this R1 line, what happened with the price? Price headed for the next potential target, which was the R2 line. So this unfolded again and again. You can see here for August month, the price here tested the R1 line, but it was unable to find support above it. And what happened after that? We saw this price pullback. So what I'm actually showing you here is that now, since the price of Bitcoin, just like here, is also above the R1 line, if you see price above R1 line, you can see what usually happens. Price broke out of this R1 line, also tested the R3 line. So now similar scenario here, broke out of this R1 line, also tested the R2 line. This is why I'm actually showing you that the price right now for Bitcoin, just like here for the January or the February month, has also broken above the R1 line for this March month. So just like here, right, just like here, you can see breaking out of this R1 line has also resulted a really nice move towards the next potential target level. And in our case, the next potential target level is around 70 to 71,000 price level. Now I'm also going to give you a reason why I believe this price target could be also on the line. And also guys, before I switch into another chart, I would really appreciate if you could just take 2 seconds of your time and smash the like button. And for those individuals watching this video for the first time, definitely hit the subscribe button and the bell. So now if we look at this in a daily time frame, again guys, this scenario was already talked on my yesterday's video. I'm actually coming back to this again because you can see since the price here has already broken out of this previous temporary resistance line, now we are seeing some sort of a movement here in upper direction. But we also want to know if there is going to be any sort of a pullback, which price level to look for, because according to this scenario, any sort of a pullback guys, the price should be getting a very strong support around the previous temporary resistance line. So in our case, the previous temporary resistance line is around 58,000 price level. So after that, you can see just like with this example here, right, broke out, pullback came exactly around the previous temporary resistance line, and then another impulsive move followed after that. So I'm actually expecting pretty similar thing to also occur with Bitcoin in the coming days, because right now if you look at this RSI is still above 50, which is very nice, and also the bullish crossover in the MACD line is also showing the trend here still has potential to continue here in an upward direction. And I'm going to show you a very nice example, even if you look at this price structure in a bit different way using the log scale, why that is also flashing a very nice move which could be potentially heading towards the upper line area of this ascending channel. Because I just said you, right, with this scenario here, upper target for us right now is going to be the 70 to 71,000 price level, and according to this ascending channel, the target here could be around the upper line of this ascending channel, because here after reaching the upper line we found reversal, here after reaching the upper line we found reversal. So right now we could be also heading towards the upper line area of this ascending channel. And now let me show you this scenario in a bit different way, guys. So now this here is also price structure of Bitcoin in a daily time frame, but what we are going to do is we are going to use this log scale around this price level, because right now if you monitor this movement here and use this trend line, this rising trend line, you can clearly see, guys, this is flashing something different. I mean, if you look at this using this log scale and also this scenario here, which does looks like it's a rising wedge type of scenario, but doesn't matter because you can see here, for example, if we look at this price structure using this rising trend line, guys, this rising trend line has been a very, very important line. Why? Because you can see here, every time when we started this move here in an upward direction, the price here tends to be following this rising trend line, which also acted as a support. And unless we touch the top of this rising wedge, we were clearly following this rising trend line, and once we broke out of it, also found rejection, then a pullback type of scenario occurred, right? And now let's look at this similar scenario also here, because if you monitor this movement here, we were clearly following the similar price structure, following this rising trend line, and as soon as we reached the top, just like here, and also broke out of this support from this rising trend line, we saw this price correction. You can see price correction came exactly at the lower line area here, right? Just like here. So now what I'm actually going to show you here is a pretty similar scenario that could be also playing out for Bitcoin at this current state, because that's why I was saying you the price of Bitcoin could be forming another scenario in this manner. I mean, rising trend line, which is showing us the possible trend duration and also acting as a very, very strong support. So if we do follow in this manner, guys, this rising trend line is going to be another support line, which is also showing us the possible trend direction. So that's the reason why I was saying that, hey, unless we reach the top of the channel or this rising wedge, doesn't matter how you call it, we could still be heading in an upper direction. So any sort of a pullback, we know around this 58,000 we have a strong support, and we could also see another move, because according to the CPR line, our next possible target is around 70 to 71,000 price level. So guys, that's why I'm also expecting the price of Bitcoin in an upcoming day could see another impulsive move around the 70 to 71,000 price level. And after that, in most of the cases in Bitcoin price structure, when you see this kind of rising wedge forming, guys, price had always seen some massive movement and then a fake out type of scenario in this manner. So this is one scenario where I will be focusing more on. So guys, now let's also have a quick look at Ether price action. So now if we look at this Ether USD starting in a daily time frame, what we can do, guys, is we can include this ascending broadening wedge scenario again, because according to this ascending broadening wedge, the price here has already found support at this point F area. If you look in our case, you can see this was the point F area, and now we are slowly heading to the upside. And according to this ascending broadening wedge, this price movement could be heading towards the upper line of this ascending broadening wedge. And now if you look at this price structure, you can see if this is going to continue, which price level we could be heading next. Because if you add this fib retracement from this swing high to this swing low level, you can see unless we are not finding support above this 0.786, which is going to be around 1885 to 1880 level, guys, the price could see some more shakeout, because right now we are in between. This price here hasn't closed properly above this 0.786, which is around 1880 to 1885 price level. So if that's not going to happen, then expect some more pullback type of scenario, right? This pullback could bring us again around this 0.618, which is also very possible, which is going to be around 1750 to 1760 price level. And if the price does find support above this 0.786, then I will be looking towards the next possible target, which is going to be around 2040 to 2050 price level for Ether. And let me also show you, right, this scenario here in a bit different way. So now if we look at this Ether USD price structure in a 4-hour time frame, guys, around that particular area, you can see this 1 2 3 reversal scenario played out pretty well. Price came at this 1900 price level, and now we are seeing some sort of a reversal type of scenario. And also if you look at this Fibonacci extension level, right, you can see 1.414 acted as a very strong resistance line, and now we are seeing this kind of reversal scenario. But if this trend is going to continue, which support line are we looking at? So in this case, right, if this is going to continue, I will be looking around this 100% Fibonacci extension level. So that is going to be around 1795 to 1800 price level. We are going to find some very strong support around this particular price area, because I just showed you this shakeout scenario going to happen because the price has still not closed properly around this 1885 to 1880 price level. So unless that's not going to happen, guys, then we should be prepared for another shakeout type of scenario. But our price target is still going to be this 2045 to 2050 price level, and in 4-hour time frame our target is around this 1.618 Fibonacci extension level. So in that case, this is also going to be around 2020 to 2050 price level according to this daily and also in a 4-hour time frame, right? So this is what I see right now. And also, guys, if you want to look at this particular area in a bit different way, we can focus around this price level in a smaller time frame, I mean in a hourly time frame next. Now if you look at this Ether USD in hourly time frame, what we can do, guys, is we can simply add this scenario here, which played out pretty well for Ether in the past price structure. You can see here, right, we followed this ascending channel pretty well, but once we actually failed to find support of the lower line area of this ascending channel, we saw this price pullback. And now, guys, what we could be forming is another ascending channel type of scenario here in an hourly time frame. So if you monitor this price structure now, you can see, guys, the price here is clearly showing us that price of Ether could be following this ascending channel type of scenario, and that is flashing us that, hey, if we are going to see some sort of pullback, I said you 1800 around that price level, we could still find support from this lower line of this ascending channel, which has also previously acted as a strong support here, right? Support here. Upper line acted as a resistance that can also be seen very nicely. So that's why I'm actually expecting any sort of a pullback around this 1800, right, this price level here, 100% Fibonacci extension level, this 1800 price level. Then we are going to see some sort of a support or bounce, and if this is going to be a similar bounce just like here, you can see this was also pretty similar bounce, which formed a really nice double bottom type of scenario, and then a possible move here in an upper direction. So in that case, I would be also expecting some double bottom type of scenario to play out here. So these are some of the scenarios I see right now looking at the price action of Bitcoin and also the price action of Ethereum. This is it for today. I hope this video was helpful enough. If that's the case, then hit the like button, and also for those individuals watching this video for the first time, definitely hit the subscribe button and the bell. So by saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye bye, guys.